Hey everyone, what's going on? It is I, the Beta Cat, and I am here once again with Static P.
Hi guys.
We are back with another episode of Don't Worry Wednesdays. So, as usual, we're going to go through our questions, give the best advice as we possibly can, and hope we get to help you guys today. So, starting off, I got a question from, sorry if I pronounce your name, Raja Singh? And he said, I need some help with something. There is this girl I like who has a boyfriend, but she never met him. Her boyfriend lives far away. I try not to fall for her and not talk to her, but she keeps telling me that she needs me and that she would cry if I tell her I want to stop and forget about her. She tells me that she is falling for me. I don't know what to do, but I like her and I think she likes me. I never had a girlfriend before. So Ryan, what do you think is going on with this?
All right. My suggestion to you right off the bat is don't do it. Honestly, I've been in a situation where I've had something similar happen to me, except for on the other side, and that is where I had a girlfriend that was a long distance relationship. I never met her, but at the same time, I did fall for another girl that was in my school who also liked me, and I thought about, in my head, I reflected and tried to figure out, what I should do, and I decided I would feel much better about myself and much stronger person if I decided to take the high route and continue the relationship I was already on rather than tear that one apart to go on some other adventure with another girl. And the reason is because, if someone is willing to do that in the first place, then that means they could do it to the next person. Like, if I dump a girl for another girl, then who's to say that new girl isn't going to be dumped sooner or later for another girl, just moving on and moving on and moving on, never settling. So I would tell you to try to, I know you say you do your best not to fall for her. Continue trying that. I know that it's hard. I know that emotions like to get the best of us and make us feel things whether we want to feel them or not. And you could do it without distancing yourself, because at the same time as you don't want to cause any issues by making her or having her break up with her boyfriend or whatever, giving her the option to explore a relationship with you that is romantic and possibly date two people at once without someone's knowledge, because definitely don't want that to happen. You can what I'm trying to say here, you can get away with having yourself lessen those emotions that you have for her without separating yourself completely, because you don't want her to feel like she lost a friend, and you don't want to lose a friend either. Relationships are important, but I mean relationships are important to keep, and I don't just mean the romantic kind, I mean friendships as well. So in order to get yourself to no longer feel those emotions for her, I would suggest whenever you feel those desires, just kind of tell yourself, it's like, sure, I have them, but I don't have to act on them, and I don't want them, because I don't want them to really ruin a relationship. And eventually over time, because falling for someone is an emotional thing, and with time it fades. And in fact, the more you're around that person, usually the faster it fades, because the more close you are to that person, the less wondering you do about that person, and the less concentrated on that person you are when you're away from them. So try to spend your time not thinking about them when you are away from them would probably help as well. Don't feed your own fantasies about having a relationship with her and that sort of thing that you'll want to think about. Try not to think about those things you'll want to think about because you have fallen for her, I guess. And ultimately, yeah, that's the best advice I can give you is understand that falling in love is actually an emotion. Well, there is such thing as love that's not an emotion, but falling in love is something that overcomes you, and it's an emotional high, as you would call it. And it always fades over time, which is okay. That's natural, and that's supposed to happen for people who are even in relationships, and it might be happening for her with her online boyfriend that she's never met. But you don't have to act on those things just because you feel them. And many times it's better not to. So yeah, just try to get over those emotions by even possibly spending more time with her, but not in a way that makes you feel like you're doing something romantic or something, if that makes sense. Don't feed those romantic urges is my best advice. So anyhow, I'll pass that on to Derek and see what he has to say.
So I really don't have too much to add on to what Ryan said. Pretty much hit the nail on the head, but I do have a few things I'll say. Pretty short and simple, I guess. But in the regards I have to this, I have experience on both ends of the spectrum. And I took those experiences and used them for future relationships or possibility of relationships. Not to say mine is absolute or Ryan's absolute. You have to go out there and figure all this out on your own. Mm-hmm. But what I think's going on is that her boyfriend is far away and you can't have that physical contact with this person. It can go both ways, boyfriend, girlfriend, vice versa. And since you're there for her and you're being kind of a boyfriend, not saying you are, so try not to take that to heart, but she may enjoy you physically being there, your company, having you around. And that's okay, it's human nature to enjoy someone's company. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to kind of step back and realize what you said yourself, that you think she likes you. And it's okay to think if someone likes you, but you gotta kind of be sure with that, because you don't want to end up hurting yourself and then putting out the wrong message if you ever do confront her about this, which I assume you would at some point in the future. Especially if you want to either get rid of this feeling or you want to grow it, or, just drop it altogether, because it's only going to hurt you in the long run. And that's not what we want here. We want pure honesty, and also for you to realize if what's going on between you and her is all one-sided, or if it's just both of you kind of acting at the emotion of, I enjoy her company, she enjoys my company, so this is a good thing. Which, once again, it's fine if you guys enjoy each other's company, but is that all it is? Is it just two friends who just like being with each other, not two possible lovers who like each other, if that makes sense? So I think, to put it in a nutshell, what you should do is which is going to be hard, is either tell her how you feel, or as Ryan said, don't act on him at all. If you care about your relationship as friends much more than you do as possible boyfriend and girlfriend. That's a decision that you, your own, have to conclude for yourself, because we can't do that for you. If you like her that much and you want to make it work or try, then you have to make the decision. But if you care more about your friendship and the way it is, then you have to make the decision. But you also have to put it out there and tell her that, hey, I can't have you acting like you like me, but you won't attempt to be with me, because that just puts you both in a bad spot. And, sometimes that will kind of dissipate a friendship. But if you're both cool about it, both adults, mature, then, nothing really bad will come out of it. So, yeah, man, just kind of do what you got to do and it'll be all right. And if it's not all right, it will be eventually. That's all I got.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of good points that you added, and I agree with I agree with all of that. I wanted to say it was a good point that you added about if he really wants to pursue this person. You know, this girl is in a relationship with a boyfriend. They're not married or anything. He didn't put a ring on it, right? So, so that being said, it's kind of like a testing phase. And that's kind of what a relationship is to start with, a testing phase, because it allows you to witness your own capabilities of being committed to a person. And it's not always easy, and sometimes your emotions do conflict, and you have to stick with it anyways. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't say that you can't chase after her if you feel like it's the right thing to do. If you don't feel like it's the right thing to do, then don't do it, obviously. But you could, like Derek said, you can put your thing, you could say, you know, how you feel about her to her and see where it goes. There's nothing wrong with that, and you can be honest with it, and that does help. But of course, you have to be willing to, if something happens that's not enjoyable, like she distances herself from you or whatever, you know, that's something that you'll have to deal with. And it's not that big of a deal, because you can always fix and repair a relationship. No matter what people say, they say, you know, they're broken forever. There's always a way to fix and repair a relationship. So it's not always easy, and sometimes it's not necessary, but if it really matters a lot, then you can do it. So yeah, just, you know, use your own caution, your own morals, what you think is right and wrong, and that sort of thing. So anyhow.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. And I hope we were able to help you out, Raja. And good luck to you, man. It'll be all right. So go ahead and take the floor from here, Ryan.
All right, will do. This next comment is from GK10. That's 2 N's, so maybe it's 10. I'm not sure. Sorry. All right. It says, I've got a problem with conversations with others that I don't know well. I'm in my last year of school, so I at least want to know before it's too late and am thrusted into the adult world. It's only when people are having funny discussions while we're supposed to be doing work. I mean, that's always the case in school. I'm just always part of the sidelines, though. I'm just always part of those sidelines, though, laughing with them, but not being able to bring anything to the conversation. Even if I do, they don't hear me. Either my voice is too quiet, or I get interrupted by someone who is actually in the conversation. I don't go to parties, nor get invited, and I'm not popular in terms of social sense. What can I do? Should I continue being on the side, or try? So go ahead, take it away, Derek.
So, I want to tell you right now, you could tell by my super serious voice, that this term popular, it doesn't mean, and insert bad word here. It's just a word. And I feel like just, you know, throughout the years of human history, it's became this kind of stamp, especially in school, that if you're not this, then you're not really anything. And I want to tell you that that's totally not true. I mean, you may not see it in that sense, but I'm just kind of giving this little bit of information if it happens to be so, and you can take this as you wish. But it doesn't matter if you're popular or you're not popular. What matters is who you are. Now, the last part that I'm going to have to say that I don't really like is that you asked if I should continue to be on the side. And the obvious answer we're going to give you is no, of course not. But that's a choice you're going to have to make for yourself. Do you want to be on the sideline? And I'm sure your answer is no, or else you wouldn't be asking us for this. Because we can see and we can tell that you want to be in the middle of the conversation. You want to be the attraction. You want to be able to offer something of jokes, maybe offer discussion, which is amazing. you know? And in order to do that, you may have this bubble around you, which is called the comfort zone. But it's comfortable because it's safe. There's no risk of anything happening. But in order to achieve the things that you want in life, sometimes you got to get out of the comfort zone. You got to be afraid to be laughed at. You got to be afraid to take a fail. You got to be afraid to fall and get back up. Because you can't grow within a comfort zone. It's comfortable because you have everything you want. Or you at least think you do. Now, if you want to be part of this funny discussion your friends have, go in there and offer something. It doesn't even have to be funny. Just be yourself. If something's funny to you, just say it. Everything that you say doesn't always have to be funny for someone else or interesting for someone else. You're just expressing yourself. For all you know, all your friends probably say or share the same exact interest. And I don't know them personally, but you do. And saying that I don't get invited to parties, but you don't go to parties. Do you want to go to parties? If you do, it's fine to say, hey, where are you going this weekend? Oh, you're going to a party? Oh, that's cool. Mind if I come along? There's nothing wrong with that. And if they say yes, cool. Go on ahead. If they say no, that's also fine. But there's some things in life that you have to ask for. Because unfortunately, we're just not given everything we want. Which is okay. Because if that's how the world worked, everyone would be lazy. There'd be no progress. So in this sense, right now, I think your uphill battle is for you to go out there and make an attempt to have your life be the way you want it to be. It looks like what it is more about some small bits of self-confidence, but more or less being outgoing, showing the world that you have more to offer than what you think you do. Because you coming out to us is saying that, hey, I got way more to offer than what the world believes I do, which is amazing, which is great. And GCat, I want you to go out there and show the world what you got. I want you to be the center of attention. I want you to go out there in the center, not on the side, and tell everyone, hey, I got this really cool joke, but I'm going to say it for the end of the episode. And then everyone's going to look at you like, what are you talking about? We're at school. And you'll be like, I know.
I love it.
But yeah, man, you just got to put yourself out there, and it's okay. You know, if you tell a joke and no one laughs, just laugh and be like, ha, I knew you wouldn't laugh. You know, just roll with it. It's all about just rolling with it. Because if everything was so planned out and so easy, it wouldn't be fun. It would not be fun. But that's all I got.
Nicely said. You know, I actually experienced a similar thing growing up, and it's exactly as Derek said. I had to get out of my comfort zone. Until like the last 2 years of high school, I was not popular by any means. I was picked on by a lot of people. I had a lot of enemies. I thought everybody was stupid, except for my very few friends. And I started to when I was 14. So it was not 2 years before high school, but 4 years, I guess, or before it ended. I mean, anyways, I was trying to calculate math in my head and I failed. Anyways, so when I was 14, I started playing online games, and I, for 2 years, I had developed friends and things like that and joined communities online, while in real life, everything was just the same. You know, I still had very few friends and a lot of people making fun of me and stuff like that. But then one day I asked myself, I was like, I noticed when I would come online, I would have people that were kind of like acquaintances, but not even really close friends. But when I would come online in this game I was playing, people would put my name all in caps and be like, Static, oh my gosh, you're here. And everyone would get excited, and they all asked for me. Like, the whole server knew who I was and wanted to be my friend. And I one day I asked myself, like, why is it that in the game I have so many friends and everybody wants to be around me, but in real life it's not that way? And so in a sense, I became my own hero. I was like, I want to be that person that is in the game, me in the game, but I don't want to be the person anymore that is in real life. And it wasn't like a depressing thought. It was just like, how do I do this? And it was exactly as Derek said. In the last 2 years of high school, I became, I wouldn't say popular, because I wasn't part of the popular crowd, but I had so many people that always wanted to be around me, and our group of friends was getting so huge that we were technically more popular than any other group in the school because we had so many close friends in this huge, loving, uplifting group of people. So basically what I did was I asked myself, what did I do in game? Well, when I was in game, I would just walk up to random people I didn't even know, sit down next to them and strike up a conversation, or say something really stupid on purpose, like, hey, do you like donuts? And they would be like, yeah, donuts are good. I'd be like, and that's the start of the conversation I would make. Like, I would just do that to people all the time for no reason, just because I thought it was funny. And so I started doing that in real life, and then what do you know? All of a sudden, I started making friends, and I started, learning about people, and people started learning about me, and we all had a good time. And so putting myself out there was really difficult at first, because, again, it was not in my comfort zone whatsoever. I forced myself while being afraid. I was like, yeah, but I said I was gonna do it. So I would like nervously try to go up to someone and be like, hey, you like donuts, right? And they're like, yeah, I like donuts. I'm like, great, nice shoes. And they're like, thanks. Wait, what? And then I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I'm an idiot. And then we'd get into a conversation. And it would kind of go like that at the beginning. But then eventually I grew and got better at talking to people. And I found out pretty quickly that people like it when you make them feel good, and people like when they feel good about themselves. So compliments go a long way. But I would say that because I was forcing myself out of my comfort zone so hard, I actually became kind of like the center of attention. It wasn't really what I was striving for in the beginning or in the end. It was never something I was striving for at all. But I did become the center of attention for many different people. Like, I was always the talk of the group, and people would follow me around and listen to my whatever I had to say and that sort of thing. And I'm not trying to say a brag or anything like that. That is just simply what happened. And it was a very unique and very enlightening and very cool experience. So getting yourself outside of your comfort zone is to better yourself, or to even make other people happier and enjoy themselves more is very beneficial. So I didn't really add anything to what Derek had to say, but I just kind of expounded upon what he said with the comfort zone thing. The other thing I want to add is, if you're not the center of attention, it's no big deal. I mean, you can actually watch people having fun and enjoy that. Life's not always about me. You can look at other people and see them having fun and enjoy that. Some people are people that like attention, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are people that enjoy not having attention, or they like small groups and not large groups. They do better in conversation if it's just one-on-one, and they enjoy it much more. While some others, they enjoy conversations that are in large groups of people. There are many different personalities and ways people enjoy things. So if you feel like you would enjoy more so being involved with the group directly, which it sounds like you do, then go for it. Put yourself out there, and if you get tore down, put yourself out there again. Just keep on doing it, and eventually you'll get good at it, and people will enjoy your presence. But for those of you who aren't into that sort of thing, you don't have to, try to become a center of attention or anything like that. might be fun, but you know, there are many different personalities, and there's, you know, life's not all about the entertainment value you can get out of something, whether you were funny or not. You know, there's a lot more to life than that. So anyhow, that's pretty much all I had, so I'll give it back to Derek.
Yep, pretty much what he said. And if it even helps a little bit, I was also in the same boat of Ryan. I was on the sidelines. Well, even after school, I didn't get out of my shell until like a year or two after. Then you probably like look at us like, well, no way, you guys are like so active and stuff. It's true, because we did our best to be that way. And that's all it really is, man. Like, there's people out there who start earlier, there's people out there who started later. It doesn't really matter when it happens. It's just, if you want it, then you can make it happen. And as Ryan said, you don't have to be. You know, just live the life that you are happy living, that you're proud of. So, yeah, it's all good.
Wonderful.
And yeah, so there's another episode of an amazing Don't Worry Wednesdays. I hope you all learned something today. And as usual, please leave your comments in the sections below. If you guys need some questions answered, please leave them down there. And if you guys see someone who's asking a question that you agree with, that you need help with, or you just want to hear out, give that person a thumbs up so we know you want that. And
thank you for all the people that did comment last time. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that was really awesome. You guys really came through in the clutch once again, because we know we can count on you, our lovely, lovely people. And since it is my turn for awesome jokes.
Yes. Even though you told one on mine too, but that's fine.
You want to tell one?
No, I'm just pointing out that you're so amazing.
It's too late now. Everyone's looking at you, Ryan.
Great. Well, okay, here's the joke. I don't got one, so... Wait, that's not a joke. That's just sad. That's sorry. I'm sorry. Now I made everybody sad.
Dude, everyone's still looking at you, man. They're like, man, where's the joke? Where's the joke? No, seriously, where's the joke, right?
I don't have one. I'm serious. You got one. What do you got? What do you got?
I don't have a joke.
You don't have a joke either? I don't believe you. You've always got something.
Not really.
Oh, really?
No, I do have a joke.
Yeah, see? I knew it.
I don't know if you guys... Okay. What does a cannibal do after dumping his girlfriend?
Well, I would certainly hope not eat her, but by his name, you'd assume that. Let's hear how it goes.
He wipes his butt.
Gross.
Dude, you asked for it, man. You could have just told the joke.
I could have just
good.
said, I could have just said, yeah, I don't know, but I don't care either. But I did care, and now I wish I didn't. Oh
man,
that's gross.
This all could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if only I had a joke in place of that, then we wouldn't have had the horrors of what our imagination brought us to after hearing that. If only.
Stay in schools, kids.
Stay in school, you can see, smart.
I can't even do English.
Wait, but did you stay in school?
I forgot what I said. It's been like 5 seconds.
You tried to say stay in school, and then, but then
I think it said stay in stool. So I want you to stand on a stool.
Stay in. Okay. I had a completely different thought when you said that, because you had just told the poop joke, and stool is another word for poop, and that's gross.
Well, did you know that diarrhea is hereditary?
Yes, because everybody gets it. It's not a disease.
No, because it runs in your genes.
Oh. Yup.
Anyway, I think we're good.
I think we're good, especially in the poop jokes. I mean, we got those covered.
Anyway, guys,
Nice.
Thank you so much for watching. Once again, leave your comments down below, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.